Hello and welcome to Casting Roles, a persistent D&D campaign played by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. You might notice that things look a little bit different. As was mentioned in the last episode of the main campaign, our dear, wonderful Grace, you're on this side, Marlo,
I'm here.
yeah, is currently in a, hopefully, going to sell out and be amazing production of the Swedish vampire adaptation of the movie slash book play Let the Right One In.
Nailed it.
Yeah, and so that goes up in October, and so she is currently in rehearsals for that because, like, we are theater nerds. But we thought we'd take this opportunity to do some one-on-one sessions called The Lost Adventures of Marlowe. So tonight is the very first episode, so we're so excited. We will have a special guest, another member of our extended theater community will be joining us in the next episode or two of this series. But tonight it's just Marlowe being Marlowe. So we'll go ahead.
Terribly.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead. Oh, I didn't do the whatever. So we have things on social media that you can totally reach out to us at. You can find us on Twitter at Casting Roles and on Facebook at Casting Roles ILM. And we stream here on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and our videos are uploaded on YouTube the Friday of the same week. But let's go ahead and start the show. Alright, so welcome back. So, where we left off with Marlowe's journey, she had helped the ticket takers go on their expedition through the Rift and into Hightower and the Boreal Quarter, helped to defeat a evil servant of the demon, not the demon lord, but the fallen god Caiaphas, who was trying to raise demons in the Boreal Quarter to poison its citizens. Having defeated them, the rest of the group decided to head off into Hightower proper, and Marlowe informed them that she needed to go check on Amalia. So we join Marlowe as she heads back into the Rift, finding Amalia at the Hoarder's Folly, the tavern there. So
Yeah, the tavern.
yeah, so Marlowe. So you enter into the tavern, and not very lively. Middle morning. It looks like the breakfast rush has kind of left. There's a couple people still finishing up some food, but you do see Amalia kind of in the corner, and she's writing in her familiar journal that she keeps track of, similarly the way she's taught you to journal. And
Cool.
she's kind of drinking some coffee and beginning her day, and so you walk in to find her there.
Yeah, I go sit at the table across from her.
Oh, good morning, Marlo. How are you?
Hey. How am I? Wow, what a question. I've been better, and I think Marla's actually a little bloodied up right now. Not terribly,
Yeah.
but like a little worse for the wear than when she was seen last.
Yes, it looks like you've been in a little bit of a fray.
Yeah, it was, this group is rough with stakeout missions.
Oh no.
Well, no, I mean, listen, you see someone, I lean in very closely, summoning demons, and you do have to intervene, I think, on some kind of moral level.
Somebody summoning demons. Did you get a read on what type of creature they were summoning?
They were summoning, yes, of course. I remember this happened hours ago.
Just
hold on.
Just
Hold on,
moments.
I'm gonna find it.
Really, just moments.
Yeah, really, this is so recently. Oh my god, why are my notes trash from the last session?
This is so much happened.
So much happened. Okay. He was summoning, was it devils?
They were devils. They're Belazows.
Right, of course.
I think.
And I
You know,
relay
it's
that
a weird word
information.
that's pronounced strange.
And
the moment you say that, she goes, plague bearers.
Yeah. you know, plagues. I just look at her.
Well, they're quite known for spreading vile sickness.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and, you know, it's almost like if you stole one of their quills, you could control that.
Is that what is going on in the Boreal Border?
Yep, Heard about the virus going around?
Well, if you've put it down, then that means then hopefully people will get better.
In theory, I guess. I mean, we let the cloister know about it, so... yeah, well...
So needless to say, you will not be getting credit for your efforts.
I don't really want credit for this one, honestly. I kind of want to keep my name. I hate how much my name's out there right now. I would love to just kind of die back a little on that one.
Oh, that's
so.
fair. The leader of the ticket takers, though, it might get out there.
Don't say which one of them told you? Which one of them said that word to you?
I believe it was the little furry one.
It would have been. He's bitter about it, though. So
well, he made it quite clear that he was the captain in the air. Or
yes.
I think he was quite confused because he said on the water, but you definitely have an airship.
It's on. I'm land. He's, I guess, air or, you know, a ship's a ship, right?
Ship, you know, he's the captain, and you're the general.
The land captain.
Yes, the land
Right,
captain.
of course.
Yes, of course. That's what they
You
call
know,
it.
Sure. Yeah. You know, the one that's the rat, I think he actually makes most of the calls. I don't really know why it's me or the otter that are taking the credit for this one, but...
I'm not sure. He does seem to do a lot of the kind of... He seems to be the moral compass.
He's the diplomat of the group,
yes.
which was, let me tell you, sorely lacking.
Well, you all have to have your roles, of course, and
Right.
I think you offer a bit of intimidation that the others obviously lack.
I take the hits and hit in return. I also hit.
Yes.
I hit and get hit.
As your training should allow you to do. So,
Yeah.
what brings you back? I thought that you would all be off adventuring or doing something.
Yeah, they're I don't know, they're probably getting lunch. I don't really know. I wanted to talk to you. Where do you want to go?
Oh. Well, it's...
Because I'm guessing you don't want to stay here.
Well, as much as, you know, the Hoarder's Folly is a fine establishment, I think the dampness of the rift is a little rough on my old achy joints.
You're fine. Don't even say that.
No, I hadn't really given it a lot of thought. There's a very odd thing about being free for perhaps the first time in a while. You're so used to being in a cage, you know.
Yeah, it's yeah, you want to have a choice, and when you get it, it's a lot.
Well, I don't know if I want to return to the Veldland. You know, I feel like that house is probably still in shambles from when we were taken. It's
I didn't really do any cleanup.
a place of bad memories, at least.
Yeah.
But good ones, too. Just the ones at the end not so pleasant. And being all alone there seems a little odd. With both you and Eris grown.
Yeah. I wanted to I've been thinking a lot about it, and I don't if you hate this idea, please tell me, because I'm not trying to force you to do anything. The princess kind of owes me, and I know she's getting she's taking an airship back to the capital soon, and I was wondering if you want to go to Hightower.
To Enovir?
No, Enovir, obviously we're on Hightower.
Yeah,
Marlo would never make this mistake.
I know.
Marlo would never
Ever
not know where we are.
That's 100%. She kind of, it's a weird because she smiles, but it's like this, like, not uncomfortable smile, just like something that she'd never thought of or thought before crossing her mind. Like, well, I never thought I'd go back there. After I left the Wardens, I don't know, because, you know, that's where their main outpost is. I kind of, after the fallout with Callian, I thought it would be best not to show my face around there ever again.
Yeah.
But I do have family there. They're quite ashamed of me, so it might be pleasant to go ruffle their feathers.
I mean, that, if you want to.
Why not?
Just easier hiding in a big city.
You'd think that, but at least safer.
Yeah. Well, and I'm, I mean, I can hopefully make a connection between you and the princess and the Nuavian diplomat that's the father of the Nuavian, the artificer in our group.
Right.
So,
yes.
I guess if you... they tolerate me, I think, so maybe if, you can, if anything goes wildly wrong, they can at least pull some strings.
I think that's a fine idea. The Windsors would like to have the Black Sheep back, I'm sure.
Hey, I mean, if you want point of comparison, just introduce them to me. You'll look incredible by comparison.
They would, they might judge me better, knowing that I had a hand in raising someone so amazing.
Mara, because she doesn't know how to respond to that.
I know, and Amalia knows that well enough. She just likes to give you, she's gonna give you little praise all the time, and she's gonna give you praise, and she knows that it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's breaking up a little bit. Hold on.
It'll be great.
All right, so you and Amali were talking about heading to Enovir, and so you're there at the Deathless Drought if you would like to get any food or anything, and then kind of make your plans for what your next steps are for that journey.
Yeah, I think Mara comes back with her coffee and sits down as if she had not left and goes, yeah, so I know where their airship is docked, so, we can do a last minute supply run, hit anything you want to do, but I think, if you want to, I think they're leaving quite soon, so I don't want to miss them.
Oh, well, I don't really know if I need any supplies of any kind. Is there anything that you'd like to get before you leave town?
I don't think so. I don't think I need anything. I mostly have what I need. I should be good. No, Amalia, I lied. I got more jewelry to sell.
Oh, okay. Is this jewelry that you can sell just anywhere?
No.
Okay.
No, it's jewelry that I need off my person
Okay.
for monetary reasons.
So you heard them talking about it. The your brethren went to go. There's somebody in the Rift who you could sell black market stuff to.
great.
And they would have told you where
Is
it
that
is.
where they're going?
No, they are like still in high. They're in Hightower proper or whatever. So
Okay, great.
yeah, but if you wanted to offload some black market goods, then you could go there.
Yeah. You get your things together. I'm gonna run and make some money, and then I'll come pick you up and we can head to the docks.
Um, sure, that sounds good. I don't have much to gather, but I will sit
Okay,
and
well,
read
you wanna
this
come with
book.
me? You wanna come not shopping with selling? You wanna
Um,
come selling with me?
Sure, I haven't been to a shop in ages. That sounds wonderful. Yes.
It's not a shop. I'm really sorry that I've sold you on that. We can go to a real shop, but this is not this is not gonna be classy.
I'm quite enjoying just the company, and a lot of people right now might be a little overwhelming. So, quieter is a little better.
Yeah,
Let me see.
I get the feeling this will be quite quiet.
Oh, good. Well, I think much in the Rift is, so that makes sense. All right, so you go to, so you remember where Soros pointed out where you should head, which is kind of up on the second floor. There's a large cavern that has been basically kind of walled off, but it is a large, basic general store type feel on the outside. It has wooden slats and everything, and then there's just a sign at the front for you to enter in for shopping and purchasing. And the moment you walk in, you realize that the wall, that's it. Everything else is just a giant cave, and it is piles and piles of knickknacks and stacks of stuff and random bookshelves of things. And there's just anything that you can possibly imagine in here. It kind of looks like all of the trash of the world has found its way to this location. And there is a gentleman behind the desk who says,
Cool.
"Oh yes, what can I do for you today?"
Hi. How's this look to you? I hold out the last of the Haverly jewelry.
Oh, and he kind of looks at it. He's like, "Oh, it's." He takes out this little monocle thing that's got like three little glasses and zooms in a little bit. Oh, this is very high quality make.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking to sell?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's stolen, right? I can't tell if Mar froze or if she's just like, fuck it. No, my internet died.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, well, and you freeze on the funniest frame possible. You were like coming from the bottom with this like hilarious little face. It was like, it looks like the freeze frame at the end of the third.
Oh,
Harry
Harry
Potter
Potter!
on
No,
the broom.
when he zooms in the thing. My favorite was I asked, "Is it stolen?" And you froze like.
I didn't hear it because that was me responding to like, oh, there he goes.
So it was
I
hilarious.
never
'Cause
heard is it stolen.
the,
That's
my
incredible.
insult was just like Mars' face being like, "What?" I said, "I can't
Yeah,
tell if
yeah,
Mars
what-
frozen or if this is just what
What
Mars'
about
response
it?
is." Yeah. So he kind of says, "Well, it is stolen, isn't it?" Oh no, we froze again.
Are you there?
Literally, the moment I say stolen, the screen freezes. Every time.
Don't say it again.
Okay,
Stop
don't,
saying it.
I won't. So he kind of looks at it oddly and then looks back to you.
But he asked me that question,
Yeah.
and I just kind of look at him and I go, "Does it matter? Do you want it?"
It doesn't matter, just perhaps how quickly you're planning to get rid of it. So, let's see. He takes out a scale and weighs it, and there's a couple gems in them that are very nice cut. Well, if no one's going to come claim them, they're definitely worth something, but melted down, they're
There
also worth
is-
something.
No, no one will come claim it. I assure you that.
Well, I will say 200 for the lot.
Insight check on if he's downplaying me here.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Is this accurate information? I'm going to be
Yeah.
rolling on D&D Beyond because I don't have my dice in front of me. Do I? No, I don't. He said insight. Insight. D&D Beyond, I want you to roll, and you don't want to do it. Okay, well, Google it is. That's fine. Nothing wants to work tonight. This is good for everybody. Okay, Google Dice. D20. That is a 19 on Insight.
He's definitely lowballing. The gems alone are probably worth 200.
So you just want the gems for 200 is what you're telling me, right? Because that's ridiculous what you have just said to me.
Oh, well, I could go to 250.
You can go to 300. That's great.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can get D&D Beyond to work real quick because it's really frustrating me that it isn't, and I have to go do more math than I want to. Why is that not? Can I turn you off? What are you doing? I think it's because I locked it to like roll 20 at one point, and I don't know how to like.
Oh
undo
no!
that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Use D&D Beyond digital dice. Yes. Persuasion. Yes. Okay, now it's rolling. Okay, so that is a 14, and then I got not a 14.
Okay.
A 2.
Oh, that's okay. He rolled a 3. So, 290. I can't convince you to go 290. Okay, no, 300. Okay, 300. So he like goes and gathers a few things and tosses 3 bags your way, each with 100 gold in them.
Great.
Yes.
Well, pleasure doing business with you. Do you want anything that's not really like worth money? Do you want just like random things that I could give you?
He kind of looks around the space and he says, "Everything's worth money if you find the right person to buy it."
All right, here. I slammed down leather armor that I've not used ever since I got my new armor. And what else did I want to get rid of here? Like there's one more thing I need to get rid of. I got one more thing. There was more. Oh, this short sword that I have no idea where I even got.
You just found on something.
I think they just gave it to me because they were like, "You use swords."
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, I'm never gonna use this.
So he says, he looks at the leather armor. It's a little kind of worn and old. He says, "I can offer you 5 gold for the leather armor."
Yeah, no, man, I just want this off my person. I'm not really looking to.
And let's just say 10 for both.
10 for both, perfectly fine.
He hands over 10 more coins. He flicks a platinum your way.
Oh, thank you. Well, this has been great. Goodbye. I leave.
And I leave. So you just walk out there.
And I exit the scene. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, and then you can make your way back. You arrive outside the Deathless Drow, and Amalia is standing outside, and she has nothing because she has no belongings, but she is standing outside waiting for you to make the journey up.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Amalia is standing there. She doesn't have anything, but she's welcomes you back. Was it successful?
Absolutely. I hand her the 310 that I just got.
I don't need this. I don't need this much money.
Sorry. How much is in your wallet right now? How much did you have again?
I don't even have a wallet, so...
Yeah, right. So there's this, and I pass it off to her, and then I will be like, we need to get you, like, the bare necessities. We have to get you something.
Okay, surely we can do it on the way to the airship?
Yeah, totally. We don't have to do this yet.
Okay.
I think I already gave her my crossbow and arrows, right?
You did, yes.
Okay, I don't need that.
And she had a dagger, I think, so yeah.
Great. So, the absolute bare necessities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just go to a general store and get her like I don't know, like the basics,
Okay.
like a change of clothes, a
A
backpack,
backpack. Getting ready for the
a
first day of
wallet.
school. Like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, like just like what general stuff she considers she needs.
Okay, good. So you lead Amalia out of the rift through the not the elevator entrance, but back along the waterfall entrance,
Mm-hmm.
back across the bridge into Hightower, and you find yourself in the shopping district where there is a wide plethora of general stores. You're able to find something, and she's able to rummage through and purchase all of the goods that she needs. So she has what she needs.
Great. Okay, perfect. Um, yeah, and then I will uh head to the docks. Just trying to keep an eye on things as we go because I still don't trust the city and I want to see if any
Fair enough.
um yeah, if anything weird is going on or whatever.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. I got a 12.
12. Okay, so I mean, there's a hustle and bustle around, kind of midday activities. The city's very much alive at this district, but you don't notice or
Mm-hmm.
see anything that's kind of out of sorts. What's Mars' passive perception?
I think better than that. 15.
Okay, okay. So, because like actively looking for things, you might pick up on other things with the passive as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
so you make your way back to the aerodrome, rise the elevator up, and see the familiar outline of your something ticket this way comes is there, and in the dock slip just a few over is the royal airship that you left Broadfield in. And the gangplank's currently down. You see a couple people milling around on the deck of the royal airship, but there's nobody currently at the something ticket this way comes. But
That's us. See that one.
oh, it's quite impressive. It doesn't have. She sees the sign where you just wrote the name. 'Cause-
Listen, we had priorities. We didn't have time to get it decaled yet. We're working on it. It's a work in progress.
fair enough, fair enough. But it is quite a ship. I did not expect.
Yeah. Yeah. You see the name in 5 languages.
Yes, it's a little. The Inferno might be a little obsessive. I don't know.
Who do you think added the infernal part of it?
I mean, I taught you well, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Ugh, let's go talk to the Royal Airship people.
um, oh, fair enough. That's a much larger ship. Yes. So you walk over that way, and
How's
there's
his knife?
yeah, there's a guard standing at the top, but we froze again, I think. There's a guard standing at the top, and they see you
Yeah.
approaching, but they recognize you, and you recognize them as one of the guards that was on the ship. Um, hello. What can I do for you? Um, you ask if Princess Alora is around, and he says, yes, I think she might be below deck. They are preparing to leave. I'll go check very quickly. Just hold on one moment. And he goes away, and the other guy at the gangplank says, "Well, that was kind of rude. You can come aboard if you want," and kind of waves you on to the ship. And you you walk up the gangplank, and a few moments later, you see the familiar visage of the young, 16-year-old Princess Alora. Um, and she immediately brightens when she sees you. Marlo, I didn't expect to see you again so soon. I was afraid we'd leave before we found you.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Hi. This is Amalia, my friend.
Oh,
This is the princess, Alora.
she takes her hand, shakes your hand. Please, just Alora. It's a pleasure to meet you. Anyone who's a friend of Mars, a friend of mine. And Amalia kind of smiles. A friend. That's nice.
Um, Laura, I gotta ask for you. How would you feel about uh having some people ride with you on this airship journey, such as myself and Amalia here
Are
to Anavia?
are the others? They're not. They're not heading that way. So Alora kind of looks at you, and she asks, like, "Are the others not? Are the others not traveling with you?"
No, there is a lot to work on in Feldspar. So they need to take our airship and get there pretty quickly. Uh, so they're gonna work on that, and I'm gonna uh do this, and then we'll meet up later.
Oh, I mean, I guess if you're, it must be important if you feel like you have to separate from them. I'm not quite sure what they'll do without you present. I'm a little worried about Abel now.
Oh, Abel hates me. They'll be fine.
Abel hates. Well, I wouldn't say he hates everybody. He doesn't hate anybody. He's just impossible to please. Perhaps might be the best way to put it.
Sure. No, I mean they have. We got a new member. You haven't met them.
No, uh, somebody that we met before. Or where did you find them?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No, they're a bard from the area.
Oh, that must
So
be
someone who can talk to
awkward.
people, which I think you might understand was pretty
Lacking.
sorely lacking
Yes.
in our group.
Quite. Well, that's beneficial. Bards are always fun.
They certainly are interesting.
Good. I'm excited to meet them. Hopefully, I told last I saw Abel, I told him that hopefully he could make it to my brother's birthday, and then we could truly kind of celebrate on the town, as it were, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, probably. When is that? I know. When is that?
It's about a week, so they'd be cutting it if they were able to make it, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe. There's. I don't really know quite how much awaits us in Feldspar, quite yet, but I get the feeling it might be a lot.
I mean, I don't know any more than we heard from the offhand accounts from Jane and them. Did you learn any new information?
There was a devil. That's unrelated. There is a devil. We knew that before. The guy in the Feywild told us that. Anyway, that's irrelevant.
Right, yes.
And then you heard about the plague that was going around in the Boreal Quarter?
Yes, the terrible sickness, yes.
Right, yeah. So, that was actually, hear me out, that was actually, part of, it was Guy, who was undercover as a member of the Violet Cloister. He was not, in fact, he was just using that as cover, maybe with permission, maybe or not. But he actually was, he's a worshipper of Caiaphas, casual. And he was summoning devils to take their quills and poison people, and then use their and then use their bodies for more evil stuff.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, he's been they have him now. We caught him. But and the devils are gone temporarily. I mean, we banished them.
Right. Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's a So that's going on. They're working to. They want to destroy the towers. They want to destroy the towers.
The-
That's kind of their goal, and we couldn't really get. He was a fanatic, so it's really hard to gauge numbers from him of like how big this is because he
course,
was
yes.
like, oh, it's massive and it's everybody and we're everywhere. And, you know, I mean, it's pretty hard to trust a cult when they talk to you. Forgive the irony, but it's you know it yeah, it's not good. So they're hopefully gonna go figure out a little of
And
that.
the only person with any kind of power that knows this is myself and
Oh no, we told you know, the cool Violet Cloister guy. What's his name? The cool one. You know,
Volmir. She does
Yeah.
know Volmir. Yeah, Volmir.
The-
Oh, yeah.
the cool one, right?
Oh, well, perhaps we should. Perhaps maybe tell other people.
Yeah, no, I don't want them being the only ones that know.
Okay.
For sure.
I wasn't sure.
There is another. Yeah, there's another. The other people in the city know about it that are also working on it.
Okay. Well, well then it does sound like it's quite urgent. Yes.
Yeah. We also. I mean, I think the papers are gonna blow it up. Hopefully, if that goes according to plan. So, you know, they're kind of be held accountable on that one. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I'm not the owner of the ship, but I would say whatever you need, we're here for. He's not going to tell me no. Darkon technically.
Are you
Yeah.
wild if you did? Oh no, Dogon's here.
Yeah, Darkon's not here right now. Apparently, he and Ogon went to the spa.
Oh.
Not
for
together,
them.
just like well, I mean they
Well,
went.
okay. I just, you know, if they wanted to have a fun little, you know, guys' day, then that's fine.
Yes,
but
it's-
I
yes.
I was more thinking about me going to a spawn with Darkon, and I was feeling pity for Ogwon
Oh
in that moment.
yes, quite. They asked if I would like to go. Odd, but no. And I think it was mostly on Ogon's part, being like, "Please save me."
Right.
But I had some work to do. You can see like her armor that she wears underneath kind of her general work. There's some filigree that's on it that is slightly pulsing or glowing. So there's a little bit of she's put a little bit of enchantment on her armor. So I've been dabbling around and doing a little bit of work since I have missed so much school on this little excursion. So
Oh yeah, you go to school.
I do. Sometimes
Forgot.
apparently I don't much anymore these days.
Oh, you're fine. You have real world experience.
Yes, but I
Most
mean,
people.
what's Darkon going to say? Of course, both of you are more than welcome. Do you know if they were planning on, stopping by?
Yeah, I mean, I think at least Abel wanted to say goodbye. Hold on. I'm going to pass her off this letter I have written, and throw a shit ton of gold at her. And I'm gonna say, if you could pass this off to them, when they swing around, for me, that'd be very helpful. I need to work on some stuff with Amalia, so I don't think I'll be able to quite catch them.
Of course. I would be happy to. And she kind of takes it and carefully puts it in her pouch. So we will be leaving, I think, this evening.
Okay.
If you can go below decks and make yourself at home, or you can return around 5-ish or so.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you a lot.
I think I owe you, so I don't even know
I
if
wasn't
this
gonna say it,
begins
but if
to...
you like turned me down, I was gonna be like, well, remember that
Yeah.
time
I
where.
don't. This doesn't even begin to cover the debt of gratitude that I owe you. So I'm happy to help.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Um,
And so at that time, like, there's she goes and talks to a couple of the guards and lets them know that you should be given a berth below deck. And
Cool.
so they're gonna go get that ready, and you can go down and claim your berth, or you can do whatever you need to do.
Um, I turned to Amalia. Hey, Amalia.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got really drunk?
I would say. Do you remember that time when you and Eris thought that I was like I had a really bad headache and I was just like stumbling around and I sent you all to bed early? Like, and you were still
Oh,
like
come
you were like
on.
15 or 17. I don't even know how old at that point.
Oh, I was worried about you. I was like, oh my god, she's got the flu. What if something happens to her?
Well, no. Do you remember the nice the farmhand down the road who would always bring by flowers occasionally? She had like the long hair and wore an apron.
Oh. Oh.
I think I just described the
Oh.
entire population of Veltland.
You did, but I think I.
Well,
Oh.
she had made some very strong apple brandy.
Is that where you sent us to bed? Ew, I don't want to know. Never mind.
No, nothing like that. But no, we did sit under the old oak tree and drink apple brandy, and I felt quite like a young girl again. And no, that's probably it. So it's been over a decade at least.
Okay, that's way too long. Come on.
Okay.
I pull her off this bush.
All right. So, are you heading to the Absent Rapier? Or do you want to go to a higher class establishment?
Can I do an insight check on Amalia to try to figure out what she, what her vibe in drinking would
Sure.
be? Because I would have no idea, and I don't really know how to ask
Yeah, go
comfortably.
ahead. Yeah, insight check's good.
Okay. 13.
13. So anytime you're getting around, like, you're watching her very closely, and anytime you're getting around, like, the hustly, bustly stuff, she seems kind of reserved and drawn back. So you
Okay.
might get the sense that she would like something a little quieter.
So not the absent rapier, right?
No, because
That
there's
was
definitely a performance there, like, on the hour.
Oh
every
yeah,
hour.
no. Pulling people from the audience, absolutely not. That's fair because
yeah.
I don't want to go back to the
No.
absent rapier. Can I just kind of scout around for like something that would be like a low key
A
kind
little
of
hole in the wall type place. Yeah, sure.
a
Go
little
ahead.
hole in the wall, something fun.
Roll an
Right.
investigation check.
I thought it was a nat one. It's a 10. It's a 10.
10. It takes you a little while, but at some point, like, you're walking around, you're like, I don't know, like, I don't know any of these places. I've never been here before, and you're kind of looking around, and heaven forbid you ask anybody for help.
Yeah, I go up to I finally bite the bullet and I go up to oh, I don't know, someone who looks nice.
Okay, there's this this kind, like, slender man who kind of looks like the darling husband from 101 Dalmatians. Just like who's gonna be mad at this guy? He's probably just reading a book, like, on a bench somewhere.
Yeah, okay,
and
a nerd.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I go up to him. Hey,
Hello?
hole in the wall bar, not crowded. Where?
There's a small, and he kind of, like, points over, and you see, like, between two larger buildings, there's kind of a narrow, tall building that has, like, a greenish door at the front. And he says, that place is pretty quiet. That's where I like to do some reading sometimes.
Perfect. Thank you.
No, well,
Sir,
thank
leave.
Yes, and he goes back to reading. And as you approach, you are looking at the Canary.
The canary.
Yeah.
How cute.
And there's like a little, like, there's a painting of a yellow canary on the sign, but then, like, over the door you can see, like, the little, like, doorbell thing is actually like a small little cage with, like, a fake little canary on the inside.
Oh, that's cute.
You walk in and it ding
Um,
ding ding ding.
Oh, hate that. But yeah, so we go in, and I just go up to the bar.
Yeah, and it's like
Um,
you're looking around. It's like it's a long, narrow room, and it's
uh-huh.
clearly designed for like small conversations. So like everything is designed like nooks. So like like how like some bars will have like walls built up with like
Yeah,
cushioned seatings at each space,
yeah.
and so there's like these along the wall, and then the back wall there's just kind of some cushioned seating space. The light's really dim. Um, there's this faint hum of a few people talking, but for the most part, there's nobody. At the bartender, a youngish elven figure, kind of reddish hair, and he's kind of flipping through a fairly large book, and absently petting like a cat next to him, who's up on the bar still, or up on top of the bar.
A cat.
It's like a calico. Yeah. And
I go over to him. Hi.
yes. Hi, what can I do for you?
Um. Uh. What do you get? What do you like?
Oh, well, I generally like works that talk about the fine art of transmutation. Although
Mm-hmm.
this one is specifically about the newer works of Dunamancy. Um, I'm not quite sure. What are you
Like
into?
time one, right? The time and space one.
Right.
That
Yes. Of
one.
course. It's like
Yeah.
the newest form. Which ones do you like? What do you get?
I was asking about drinks. When I like to
Oh.
read, I usually I know, and we can talk about we're here. I try to, it's more history, I guess, based for me.
Oh, interesting. Any particular history that you like?
Uh, I've been, I read up on the dragons recently. I was just
Hmm.
looking into like the legend of like Azor. That was crazy, isn't it?
Very interesting. Well, if you like the dragons, and he kind of like reaches by him, and you see there's like a stack of books here, and
Oh.
he grabs one off, and he like it's a small little thin tome, and he says, "You might like this one." The library is like give take, so if you have something that you're done with, you can pass on. Otherwise, this one's on the house, of course. And
Oh,
you look at it, and
thank you.
it says the origin of the primals.
Origin of the
The
Primals?
primals, yes. It's a little theoretical, and a little heretical. Let's get it all in there, of course.
That's the best kind,
Yes,
isn't it?
absolutely.
I gauge what I've just said with this man.
Okay, yeah, roll an insight check.
Cindy's like cool with this. I've just said. 22.
Yeah, no, like he's like he's a kindred spirit.
Okay, cool, cool,
That's
cool.
he feels like you're a kindred spirit, and you like you might even like with that you're kind of like you looked out. His book is like literally like the metaphysics of the Dunamantic production of gravity. Like that's the chapter title that he's reading, or whatever. Like very high class stuff.
Um, cool. That's really nice.
But drinks,
Thank
I'm
you.
more than happy. I usually go for hot toddies, but it's a little warm for it outside. But
Yeah, a little bit. Um, what do you like in the way of, I don't know, like a good, like a whiskey, like a good
oh,
whiskey.
well, we've got some really fine stuff from Adronis. Let's see. We do have some of the finer fire whiskey if you'd like some.
What's the stuff from Adronis?
So there's a small whiskey producer in Mount Adronis that uses the lava pools as to create soil that they then mix in with their soil works, so that when their plants are growing, they're growing from this volcanic ash basically. Produces quite an interesting whiskey, and then they somehow, without burning the barrel, they actually have a lava spun into the center of the barrel, so it chars the barrel before it passes through. So it's like a lava charred whiskey.
Oh, That's crazy. I want that,
Okay.
please.
Yes, it's a little pricier, but it is a once in a lifetime type of opportunity. Whiskey is like this up and coming thing that the Adraniki are doing for some reason. I guess it's not wars to fight, and that's what they seem to be best at. So they make whiskey instead.
Oh, there you go.
So he uncorks this thing, and it's a interesting. It's a different bottle than you're typically used to seeing. This looks like glass blown. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like orb shaped, and then kind of comes up almost like one of those. Was it Inuyasha's
Yeah.
gourd?
Do I
Inuyasha carries.
remember? This is a long pull. Do I remember if the the female orc bartender
Daisy.
from that tavern? Yes,
Yeah.
Daisy from the. Hold on, I can get you the tavern name because I was just looking at it. The Blue Rose Tavern.
Blue Rose in Northwick. Yeah.
In Northwick. Was this the place she was talking about that her family's from?
Yeah, she's from Adronis, and her
Okay.
family makes alcohol. So yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, she's.
All right.
I think she. I don't know. I have to look back. I don't have the notes right in front of me,
Sure.
but I think she might have said that she's from Sorstad, which is
Okay.
it's the major city in Adronis, or in the
Okay.
Adronis region. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. I think about Daisy for a second.
Yeah. You have her little
Cool.
flower in your journal. It's good.
Yeah, I still have her
Yep.
little flower press.
Yep. So he uncorks it and pours, and Amalia is kind of behind you and makes a two motion,
Yeah.
and he pours out two of them. Did you want like shots or just like neat?
Neat.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
pours out two neat glasses and hands it to your ways, and then you have the space to drink, or you can stand here at the drink and he'll happily fill up your glass again and again.
Thanks. Start a tab for me if you wouldn't
Sure,
mind.
of course.
Thank you. What's the cat's name?
Oh, this is Muffins.
Can I pet Muffins?
You have to ask Muffins.
Muffins, may I pet you?
Muffins like turns your way and then slowly comes forward like with two steps and then leans in.
I pet Muffins.
Yeah, and then like you feel like the thing that cats do where they like push into you for a moment. Yeah. And then there's steps back and like sniffs
yeah.
your fingertips and then yeah.
Yeah, Mara's a cat person.
Which is funny.
yeah, you would, yeah, and yeah, Mara will take the drinks and then go sit down with
Okay.
Amalia.
All right. So
I don't know how many people are in here, but like in a nook that's like pretty like a good distance away from where anyone might like.
yeah,
open
when
your
you
tent,
as you're
you
kind
know?
of going in, there was a couple at the door, like right next to the door, and then about like a quarter of the way down there was another couple, but then the whole back half is completely empty.
Yeah, we go in the back corner.
Okay. And this, like the back side, once you get back there past the bar, like the whole back side has like this like U-shaped kind of sofa contraption, large table at the center, so you have this whole like back space to yourself.
Awesome. He said this was nice. It's from Adronis. They could have plants grown from lava, which is so sick.
Oh,
So
I mean, they do like to play around with their lava in Adronis. That's interesting.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what shall we toast to then?
Getting the fuck out of this place.
Cheers to that as always. She takes a little glass to you and she takes a sip.
Yeah.
It is smoky and smooth. There's a little
Oh my
bit of kick
god.
at the end.
I have whiskey that I want to drink.
It's kind of like if you ever had like an old fashioned where they roast on a cedar plank first, the glass. It kind of has that like smoky.
I'm not that fancy, but that sounds really good.
Yeah, it's really good. But it definitely has this smoky characteristic to it. Yeah, much more than
Cool,
any whiskey.
cool.
It's more like a bourbon than a whiskey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm sorry. I don't mean to force you to get drunk. It was really just an excuse to not not I didn't want to be around when the others showed up.
That's okay. It is nice to get away and be a little carefree. Why didn't you want to see them?
I didn't really run this by them,
Hmm?
honestly. Um, I that's I the thing I left with Alora is just explaining it. Um, I just didn't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know how to say it in person, but
Good,
I didn't want to be. I didn't. I don't know. I didn't know how to talk about it.
goodbyes are always difficult. And, you've had a lot of practice with them, but that doesn't make them any easier.
Yeah. I just I don't know. I mean, I know. It's not that I think they're gonna be mad or they're not gonna understand. It's just it's complicated.
Are you
So,
afraid that you are going to disappoint them?
and I don't think they really have that many expectations of me.
Oh, oh, Maud. One of the things that your little rat friend said to me when we first met.
Sorry, that's the wildest way to introduce Source. I love that. I'm writing down that
Yeah.
she said this.
Your little rat friend. Was that people always seem to underestimate you. I think he was talking about the group.
Yeah.
I think he was also talking about how you underestimate yourself. Perhaps. I don't know. But they clearly look at you with admiration. It's not hard to see. The princess clearly looks at you with admiration as well.
The princess saw me on one of the lowest points of my life, and that's. I think I happened to save life a couple times. So.
Not everyone can say that they've saved a life.
No, I also kicked her ass in combat. But...
You fought the princess.
And she asked. She asked. She was like, "Do you want to fight me for fun?" And I went easy on her and didn't wolf out and still kicked her ass.
Well,
she is also 16, so
Well, she didn't look that strong, but is she a good fighter at least?
Oh, she's capable as hell.
Oh, good. It's nice.
Jesus, I mean, there are a couple of scraps we were in with her that she got us out of.
Yes, I think he was right. I think you do.
How are you feeling about this?
Well, I'm in that odd stage where you choose not to think about it.
Yeah.
Because it might be a little easier.
We don't have to talk about it. We can talk about other things.
No, it's just odd. Like I said, I never thought that I would see you or freedom again. And then, out of nowhere, he decides to put me in a position where I can be let free. It seems a little odd.
Can I do some kind of check to be like any kind of reason of what I think his game would have been? I feel like there's no way I would know, but like any kind of like.
If you're trying to read anything off of what she's saying, you can do an insight check.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think Amalia. No, you know what? I don't think Mark would. I think Marsh has Amalia way too much. I mean, if there was anything I could like Arcana check, like
Yeah, just roll a general intelligence check.
okay. Oh, 22.
22.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, I mean, like as she's talking, like in your head, there's just that I'm trying that thing that Mar always does of trying to like put together loose threads and missing pieces, and it just seems like in some way he had to have known who you were, or at least that you were connected in some way to Amalia, and that it was there as some kind of emotional trap, maybe wanting to see you watch someone you love die or be unable to save them. The only thing that comes to mind is that it might have been some kind of, torture like that. Like he's just fucking with you. But it does seem a little convenient.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm very aware that he's probably been, keeping heavy tabs on our group. I mean, he certainly knows who Saurus is. I think he knows now who all of us are, but it doesn't. I don't know.
And she kind of looks like this is finally something that she's struggling to say. I might not have been worth keeping anymore.
Was it not? Was his stuff not working anymore?
Not with me. No one's really quite sure what causes lycanthropy. But there are many theories that it is a magical curse. That's literally like, how to talk about it? It's almost like a cold, but born of some kind of perverted magic that spread from creature to creature. And he was feeding on that ability of mine to create things. Your friend, who's, by the way, not alone. There are others of his kind.
Yeah, I think he's caught on to that.
He, the last that I remember was a young man who wanted power and was willing to be a guinea pig. And my powers were mixed with dark energies of some kind and gave him some kind of control over magic or strength that he shouldn't have had.
Like reaching into the veil?
Yes.
Oh. His ass is dead.
Oh.
He actually kind of blew the whole cover on all of this for us. He was kind of the first one who got up in our business.
That's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, this is his! I fucking point to the rapier wounded! No, he stole my whole look. He looked like me, and he was, getting up in my business, I got a personal vendetta against him, which, now I feel like maybe there were more important things I should have been mad at him over, but, at the time, a lot of it was based on aesthetic.
Yes, you only know the information you know.
Yeah, but no, I told him I would kill him and steal his sword, and I did. He actually died in the Vale. I think he probably got destroyed there. So it was pretty brutal for him.
Well,
but he deserved it. He sucked so bad.
Yes, after the whatever transformation he went through, I was drained. I can, at the right moment, and with the right amount of force, transform, but I have not yet transformed at the full moon.
Do you think you can, or you don't know what'll happen?
I'm not sure. It's just there's a tiredness where that energy used to be, and I don't know if it's a reserve that will recharge or if it's gone. So I think that I was a tool that served its purposes and was replaced with a stronger and younger tool.
Yeah.
And you can clearly read what she's saying with that.
Yeah. I mean, the end goal of all of this is to find him. For good.
He's very strong, Ma.
I know. We're not ready now. But we're trying to be.
I wish I could remember the way he smells. Because now that I'm free, I could identify him, but even that is faded.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna reveal himself at some point. He's way too egotistical not to. And, Source is very aware of who he is.
I just wish I knew what his end game was.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing God, but what wizard hasn't?
Yeah,
there's something more maniacal behind his actions.
Yeah, they're working with the followers of Caiaphas doesn't really excite me. I don't think, now hear me out, I don't think he subscribes to a cult because I think he'd much rather lead one than be in one, but wanting to cooperate with them as long as they're useful doesn't make me hopeful about what he wants the world to be.
I'm just surprised by that. Considering somebody who's fought so hard for creating life, at least in the image that he chooses to create it, why would he side with those who only want to bring about death?
I mean, he's got to be using them for something, right?
That's a lynchpin.
It can't just be grunt work, like, the guy we ran into.
No. Unless they're using him.
I mean, they both got to think they're getting something out of it, right? It's just a matter of who's getting more.
Well, we are heading into the center of the world. I'm sure you can find something that might lead you on a path to clean up some of these loose threads.
I'm gonna try it. We are very confident he's. You can hear the train.
Is that the train? I thought it was the TV.
The
other
the train.
Yep. Nice.
You hear her?
Yeah.
There she goes. It's less loud in this room.
Oh, nice.
It gets me every time. I don't remember if I mentioned, Ahriman is, we absolutely has ties to the Violet Cloister, if it's not one of them.
Yes. He was not afraid to wear those robes.
Fucking bastard. We, and we know he's not alone in terms of, having authority and, doing what he's doing. So I don't think I'm gonna solo hand catch him, but I hope to maybe at least get a little closer.
Is there Did anybody ever say where they might find a member of his organization? Like, there's a group or a level of government that they are definitely in, other than the Violet Cloister, which they're called a cloister for a reason.
Wasn't it the Conclave?
The Conclave is the Violet Cloisters. The Conclave themselves are the wizards who run the cloister.
Right. Was it what's the other one that's the government group?
The Curia Regis.
The other one. Yeah, weren't they fucked too?
Yeah, so Jane or David maybe told you that they suspect that the only way... I forget what the exact piece of information was, but the only way that... Oh, it was Ogwen's travel plans. The princess's travel plans.
The Curia Regis was the only one who could have known and
so
spread
somebody
the
on the
information.
Curia Regis, has to be there.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I relay this.
Yeah.
To Malia.
Well, then it seems to me that you have an in to meet them. Wouldn't the princess want to show off her savior to the royals?
Oh my god. I just pictured that. I just pictured it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, I love it.
Well, I think that might be a good place to start. If these Vox Populi, and I've yet to see a place where I think that they're wrong. They're a little crazy, but they know what they're talking about at least. Then that might be a good place to begin. Sully agrees.
Oh, Zoe! Yeah, that's where I'll have to start, is talking to people.
At some point during the conversation, Amali had waved over the guy, and he filled up the glasses again. So you've
had that
too. Yeah.
God. It's all kind of fucked, isn't it?
Yeah. I think wandering around as a warden for years and years and years, I saw things that so many people didn't see that I'm not surprised. But things seem to be worse now than they were even then. Something's in the air, Ma.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard because I feel like we are doing a lot of things and we're learning a lot of things, and at the same time it feels like we don't know anything and what we've done barely matters.
From what we've heard, it seems like you're just scratching at a surface. Perhaps your friend's actions in Feldspar will dig deeper, and perhaps this is an opportunity for you to uncover something new as well. Shit and shit times are like onions. You just have to peel back the layers.
Yeah. Yeah, I slammed the last of the whiskey.
Right. You can continue conversation, or if you want
to...
Yeah,
I think I just I tell her like some comedic ticket taker stories, like some lighter hearted
At some
stuff.
point she takes out her journal while you're talking, and you see that she's writing notes about what you're telling her, like these funny things. She's keeping,
I tell her about Kaimana in the bathtub with the beer, and I tell her about the giant beaver jam that Soros called like hours in advance, and and just like little like classic little moments like that.
She every single thing that you're saying, she's writing down. It's almost like she wants to remember your journey and the good things, and so she's taking note in her journal.
Really sweet. Yeah.
All right. So as your conversation continues and you fill each other in, there's laughter, there's drinks. Uh, I think altogether probably costs you about 3 gold for all of the drinks that you have.
Totally fine.
You realize the time and you decide to make your way back to the aerodrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
When you arrive, there is some activity at the Something Ticket This Way Comes, but you choose to make the decision to pass it by. Okay.
Yeah.
And you make your way onto the royal yacht or the royal airship and make your way below to the berth. And nobody stops you, nobody's concerned because Alora's cleared it up for you. And you're there. If there's anything you want to accomplish, or we can move forward with the journey.
Um, I think just once uh Alora is like settled, and maybe like is not having to run around talking to people a lot,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think I would want to tell her and be a little more honest with her about what's going on here
Okay.
instead of just being like, I need passage, please.
Yeah, at some point, like it's shortly after the ship has taken off. That very much like the first time you had a heart to heart with Laura on the ship, she is at the bow or she's at the front, and
Yeah.
she's kind of overlooking. And it's interesting, like leaving at this dusk time, you can see the whole of Hightower spread out beneath you, and lights, people's lighting lanterns, and you know the street lights and things are coming on, and this is all spread out beneath you, and you're heading off away and there's just a moment where you turn and you can see the aerodrome sinking behind you with there's a moment where you do see Abel walk up on deck, and he's like checking on the instrument panel or something, and then moves out of sight.
Oh, I just watch him until he's gone.
Yeah, he drops something on his foot while he's trying to repair it. It's fine.
Oh, oh, classic Abel.
But then
um,
you've moved away, and you find Alora at the front of the ship.
hey,
Hello. I I delivered your letter for you.
thank you. How, how'd they, how were they?
Um, they were sad to hear that you wouldn't be joining them, but they understood, I believe, the reasoning behind it. I think they understand how important Amalia is to you. I think she must be more than just a friend.
She, she's like me,
Oh.
and when I became like this, I couldn't really stay with my family, right? Um, and she took me in, and she raised me,
Oh.
and, um, and then she was taken away from me, and she was kept, by that Hathaway bitch, and then was sold off to Source's maker for experimentation.
Oh. And you were able to find her?
We broke into his lab, and she was in the process of that. If we'd gotten there later, I don't think we would have found her.
Um, there's an odd look of concern on Alora's face. Well, that's good that you found her and were able to reconnect.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you need to take her to some place safe, I suppose.
Yeah, away from him and, just away.
Well, if she's as important as a mother figure, of course, it makes sense why you would need to go.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
Is
I just
she?
wanted to thank you.
The look of concern was still there. Is she all right?
I don't know. I don't know how her first full moon's gonna go. I don't think she does either.
Oh, it just seems like she's undergone some fairly traumatic history.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna push her on it. I don't think she's processed any of it yet. So it's been fucking 48 hours at best.
Yes, she probably needs a little more time, but that's good. If you need me to, or if you'd like me to take a look at her from a clerical standpoint, I'm happy.
Yes, that would be fantastic. She said she felt like drained, I guess, of and like there wasn't her lycanthropy there where it was before.
Okay. Yes, I'd be happy to see what I could do.
I mean, I don't know if it's fixable, but even if you could just get a read of it, would be really, really helpful.
Absolutely, of course. Whenever you feel that she is in a place where that is not invasive, I would, of course.
Yeah, I'll ask her about it and see if that's something she would want.
I'll be happy to help. Uh, of course, I'm not the most skilled, but I might know a few things that could potentially help.
I've never met a cleric I trusted more.
I appreciate that. Um, so, do you have a potential? Do you have a place that she is going to be safe in
Yeah,
Anavia, or do you?
she's actually a Windsor, so
Oh,
yeah.
she's a patrician.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's quite ironic. Uh,
Ain't it just?
so they're going to go to the family estate, I assume. Um,
Yeah. It's gonna go it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a wild kind of sell, but I think, family's family, right?
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past a patrician to turn their back on family, but
Oh no, I mean she's 100% the black sheep. She's very well aware of that.
well, then I would probably like her very much.
I think you two would get along very well.
Well, I was going to say I've got a whole suite at the palace if she needs a place, but if family is there to protect, then
I, you know, I'll run it by her, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if she's gonna take you up on that one. A little bit, little bit like me, like that.
fair enough. Like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, something like that. Right?
um, I don't know if I've ever asked you before. Are you where are you from originally?
Oh, I'm from the Veltland.
It's such a beautiful place. And
Yeah.
your parents are. Oh,
Alive? Yeah, yeah. I
yes.
mean, I
Oh,
think
sorry.
I don't know. I mean, they
Uh,
should be. I haven't checked. I haven't I haven't been home since that
Oh,
happened.
I'm sorry to hear that. Um,
I, you know, but, I'll get back to that someday.
well, you have an airship now. You can,
I have an airship now.
have Captain Kaimana fly you wherever you need to go.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. I'll get out of your hair.
You're fine. I'm mostly just, I like to, I'll probably be out here until I'm tired. So if you need me before then, please let me know. But I just like watching the world go by beneath me. Um, Kind of feels like a bird, a little bit, about to go back into her cage. But it's always a
Are
pleasure
you
to see you, Mom.
I know you don't have a choice, but if you did, you could go where you wanted to go. Where'd you go?
Anywhere but where we're going now. I've seen a lot of
Uh-oh.
this city, but I haven't seen a lot of the world outside of it. And I grew up in Noravia for the most part for the last 5 or 6 years. So, I'm the princess of a place that I've never really seen. I'd love to see the ice fields in Rheingorod and the volcano in Mount Adranas. Like, there's just so much. Oh, the Tangles. Actually, my first stop might be Souvenirs Key. Um, Apparently, it's in the middle of a mangrove swamp, right on the lonely sea. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
That sounds like it.
It is near the Blight, though, so it might not be very safe. But
No, you know, I don't. I've been a lot of places across this place. I've never really gotten the sense that anywhere's exactly safe.
I feel like it might be worth it to test my mettle. You know.
Hey, you can go tell your fucking classmates that you went to the Feywild.
I
Do you
don't know
want
if they'll
that?
believe me, but all these theoretical works that they study about, planes transversals and opening portals, I can just say, well, Robin Goodfellow sends his regards.
He would love that. I'm
Mhm.
sure he would.
Yes.
Um, and we will get that taken care of, by the way.
Well, I
That's
think you still have like what 5.5 months. I think should be okay.
yeah. Well, it's on the to-do list in Feldspar, so you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I will. Thank you. Or I grew up just kind of assuming everybody in I guess Anavia in general didn't really give a fuck about anyone else. Um, and we're just leaving the rest of us to do whatever. But
Well,
you know,
you're not wrong. Um, there's something quite. I think you'll probably see it when you get there, but there's something quite sad about Anavia. Every other tribe or region of Illyria lost their god. Anavia still has their god. He's just asleep, and they can't do anything about it. He just is there. You can walk into the temple and see them. But I think there might be something worse about a god that no longer cares or cannot care. than one that is gone. And the people of Annaville have never quite recovered from that loss, I think.
Makes sense.
I don't recommend seeing it. It's quite off-putting.
I really wasn't planning on it. I've got my own lost god, and I will stick to him. But yeah, you're one of the good ones. So.
I thank you.
Cool. And if you want me to, really take a look at your fiance and really size them up for you, to call.
Well, I think that would be necessary.
I know my audio cut out, and for what? And for what audio?
Oh
Why
no,
would you
I can
cut
still
out
hear
at
you
this
though.
tender moment. No, it's me. It's me. It's
okay.
me. It's me, Josh. Don't worry.
Yeah. She kind of smiles. I don't know.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Good,
you now.
yeah. She says, I don't know if I need your eye to know how much of a shit he is, but I would love a second opinion.
I mean, do you...
You could kill him for me, Mom.
I wasn't... I was gonna be like, do you want me to intimidate? I wasn't gonna say that.
No.
Do you want...
I think if you killed him, that might cause a war, so I think that would be a bad thing.
I
the
mean...
Wavians might not be too pleased.
Probably, yeah. But...
Well, if you are still in town when the birthday events are coming, he's going to be making an appearance.
How big is that?
The birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, if Yusef has anything to do with it, which I'm sure he does, it will be very large, and it will be very little to do with my brother and a lot to do with Yusef. The Crown Regent, I don't know if he's ready to let go of his place at the top once my brother gets to the right age.
Yeah, surprising. Well, if you need someone to show up and aggressively make everyone else trying to talk to you uncomfortable and leave, you know who to.
I know who to go, and I can send you a message, just like that.
Just let me know.
Yes, of course. Well, I mean, we're going to be in the same place, so once you're finished with your work with Amalia, I'm happy to show you around my home.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think I think one of our first conversations we joked about fighting in the pits at the Iron Mount. The trials of the Androniki are coming up, so...
Oh, God.
You could test your mettle against Illyria's best, if you like.
That sounds like the only thing that's really exciting me about going to this place at all.
Yes. But anything I can do to help you while you're there, let me know. I can put you in contact with the right people, if I know them.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
I owe you a lot.
Likewise. Let's just stop talking about how much we owe each other.
Fine by me.
You don't owe friends.
Yeah. Cool. I leave at that because I don't know what to say to that. Very nice.
Alright, so you make your way down. When you get back to the berth, Amalia is asleep. She was kind of worn out from the activity of the day, which wasn't a lot, but she has talked about it.
Yeah, she's used to nothing.
Yeah.
I honestly will probably go to... yeah, I do my journal thing. And I think I do a very quick little sketch of just how I remember the last kind of image of like Abel on the ship, and
Mhm.
then close it and put it to bed.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, so as you drift to sleep, the gentle movements of the ship going through, it will take a. You won't arrive for, I think it's like, I have to look at the thing, but I think it's like a 15-hour journey. So you'll arrive like mid morning tomorrow. You go to sleep, and you fall asleep quick. It's very fairly restful.
Yeah.
Um, but then you find yourself in a. You wake up. Um, you look around. You're not on an airship.
I hate that.
You are kind of in this like endless expanse of like darkness. The only sound like a gently lapping waves, or maybe the sound of a distant river. But you can't feel anything. There's a part of you that realizes that you're now in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Uh, hello?
Welcome.
Oh, God. Hello? Hi. Who are
Hello.
you?
And you see just like right in front of you, kind of like filling your vision. You get a sense that like you you're just an observation. You don't even really have a body necessarily so much.
Sure.
Right in front of you, kind of filling your vision, you see an eyelid appear and slowly split, and kind of a bluish iris, a single kind of slit eye, and there's a blue light emanating from it, and around the edges of it, just gently touching, you can see maybe scales or something you can't really quite tell. You've been looking for me.
Yeah.
A friend. Um, the Winter Wolf. It's. I'm sorry. I'm still tired.
Oh, that's okay. Um,
Are you to be my champion then?
um, what does that mean?
I sense that they are coming for me. Not soon, but soon enough.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to unlock Gazeldorf and get to you.
Find me.
Okay.
And like, there's a moment like you can see like a tear gathering in the single eye, and it falls, and it shimmers into the space around you, and you feel it kind of like hit you. I'm not strong enough yet to protect myself. I still am asleep. But the wolf said I could trust you.
I, whatever you need.
I'll reach out again when I can.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
And you see the eyes slowly close, and the darkness returns to the space, but the sound of the water is louder. And then you feel like a wave kind of washing around you, and it's a warm comfort that lulls you back into sleep. And you wake up the next morning.
Oh my God, Margaret's like crying. Not like hysterically, but just like a little bit, and like tries to like really fucking compose herself.
Yeah.
Um, Okay. Is it like early? Is it like
So, Amalia's not in her bunk.
okay?
So you slept through her rising. It's hard to tell. Like if you go up on deck, you can see the position of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And you get out. It's still morning. So you, based off of how far they, or how long they said the journey would take, you might still be another 30 minutes or so away from Anarvir. But you do see Amalia is like on deck and she's at the edge like looking, and she turns and sees you and she says, "You're about to miss it. Come."
Oh, I go up and join her.
And she kind of pulls you next to her and she points out, and before you, like as far as you can see in the distance, until the haze meets, right, is a city beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
And the most amazing thing about this place, when the moment you see it, the thing that catches you is that the early morning sun is beaming off of this city, and you realize that the entire, and you know this already, but you've never seen them before, but the outer edge of the city is walled in these giant 50-foot tall walls that are made of one pure solid piece of marble, unbroken, not touched by the hands of any man or dwarf or gnome. These were raised from the ground by Anarvir himself, or Bellinor himself, when he
Right.
created the city of Anarvir. And the shining beacon of their light shines up and fills this entire kind of ridge top where Anarvir sits. You see the entire city sprayed out before you with tangles of roads and masses of buildings, and at the center, the giant nine-turreted tower that represents the uh, the altar of the nine. And then off in the distance at the far edge, you see the still rising ridge and bluff where the palace sits. But the entire city spread out beneath you. You seem to be passing right now over one of the major gates of the city, and the road that stretches from that gate towards the center, and the Tower of the Nine, the altar, is the center, is larger than, it seems like the entire city of Feldspar could sit right in the middle of that road. It's so massive. And there's people everywhere, and there's bright colored roofs, and but everything has got this tinge of brightness and light and cheer that you haven't seen in much of the rest of your travels. But you are slowly making your way towards the aerodrome, which is at the Iron Mount, or near the Iron Mount.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Amalia kind of looks and says, "I've never seen the city from this angle before. It's quite impressive." And she points and she says, "Over there, that's the Glade. That's where I used to work." And she's kind of pointing, and you see there's, like, as much as there's buildings everywhere, there is, within the city walls, there is a large expanse of space that is forested, and there's a lake in the middle, and there's a few buildings there, but it mostly looks like a preserved nature space. And you know that that's where the wardens kind of make their home. Yeah.
That's it's really impressive.
Yes. I mean, I spent most of my time out in the woods of the world, but when you come home, Lord, there's nothing worse than a meeting of the wardens. A bunch of smelly old men in leathers and furs talking about the latest kills and things. It's,
I can imagine
yes.
almost nothing less.
But and she kind of points down. She says, "We're heading here," and you see like the aerodrome is this massive structure that rises up over
Mm-hmm.
the, yeah. Whoops, what did I say? I just missed my thing. Uh, oh no, the one I sent you is mislabeled, I think.
No,
Yes, because the colors don't match.
they don't.
I don't think so, because the Hill of Voices. Just double check. Oh no, it is. That's right. Sorry. Yep, you're good. Oh no, sorry. The Hill of Voices and the Iron Mount should be flipped. So the Iron Mount should be the purple, and the Hill of Voices should be the light blue. I'll have to correct that for you. But you're approaching the Hill of Voices, or the Iron Mount, which is the largest district of Everett.
Okay,
It's where all
I
of
see.
the workers, most of the lower class individuals live in this space, and you
Uh-huh.
have all the like. This is where the iron foundry is. This is where all the things are. But the aerodrome rises above this space, and it is massive. It's probably twice the size of the one in
Mm-hmm.
Hightower. And at its top, you know that the aerodromes have a portal to the elemental plane of air in them, which is what allows them to recharge the crystals that make the things fly. This one you can actually see because they have this spinning kind of multi-wheeled contraption that's spinning above the aerodrome. Kind of like one of those gyroscope type things. And at the center, you see the pulsing giant portal to the elemental plane of air.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Um, I remember when they built that. It's capturing the air elemental. That was quite a battle above the city. It was quite
Yeah, it
interesting.
sounds hard to miss.
Yeah. Um, but so as you're approaching, you slowly come in, and the smoke from rising stacks around you, kind of rising up to your level, and just the streets laid out beneath you in a web. And slowly the ship comes to a stop at the aerodrome. Well, um, where to first?
Where do you want to go first?
Oh, I mean,
Do you want to put off going to the estate? We can put it off, or we can get it over with. I mean, it's up to you.
I before I'm locked behind the walls of the estate, for protection, of course.
Right, for protection.
Um,
I mean, I should put this out there. Alora did offer a suite in her house if that is something you would want.
it's definitely tempting.
She she offered also to if you're comfortable with it, kind of she's a she's a cleric, and she maybe, I don't know if it would, she's a I don't know how much she'd be able to kind of see what what's changed with you, but if maybe it might help if you want.
Roll an insight check for me.
She probably doesn't want that because she's been experimented on, wouldn't trust people with her body. 14.
14. The look on her face is like, that's a bad idea, but it's hard to read why. So she kind of immediately kind of withdraws a little bit.
Okay. Or not, I mean, the rose fruit thing was really the, like, kind of like, whoa, crazy.
Yes, I don't want a cleric touching me.
Yeah, she asked me to ask. She wasn't even gonna bring it up.
Right. Anyway, you asked. I would like to go to. It might not still be there. um, but I would very much like to see if there used to be this wonderful little stand that sold baked goods outside of the theater district,
Mm-hmm.
near the amphitheater. And you go see a
Yeah.
show, and you would get some warm buns and or some croissants or something.
I don't know. I've had kind of the best. I've had some of the best buns in Illyria, so I don't know if I can.
Oh, Well, we
change
could.
my allegiance. I would love to try out the competition, of course,
Well,
but
there's cakes and all kinds of things. It was just like little snacks that you could use to
ooh,
go in to see a play. You
it's
know.
not an official sponsorship. But if we were to have an official sponsorship besides the crown, which I guess technically is kind of how a guild works, it would be if it was a commercial sponsorship, it would be the Northwood Funds.
Oh. Well,
I'll get you one. You will have one. It will change your life
I
someday.
I look forward to it. Um,
Minerva is a
yes,
genius.
but I don't know this spot. We don't have to eat the buns. I always
You're
went for the
fine, right?
sticky toffee anyway.
Oh,
Um,
God.
it just reminds me of when I was much younger, and my mother and father would take me to see Club Ophidia's latest productions,
Yeah.
and get some sticky toffee.
Yeah, that sounds really nice.
You know?
Let's do that.
So you make your way. It takes a while. I mean, even like from the where you are at the aerodrome, there's one of the major thoroughfares heads to the theater district, and you're kind of walking through, and it's really interesting. Like the districts are it's hard to tell when you move from one district to the next, except that on the roads, like they're very clearly like there's giant signs and labels, and there's even like some of them are shifting and changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear that like wizards have created these things that shift and change and kind of like the theater district. There's like the symbol of the two masks of the theater, and then it morphs into welcome to the theater district, right in the space.
Yeah.
And there is like a tram or a trolley, but Amalia wants to walk for at least
Yeah.
a little bit of the journey. And you make your way there. There's a moment where she is walking. She wants to like she points to a shop and she says, "I thought this place would be closed. This was my favorite bookstore as a child. Do you mind?"
Oh my
Um,
God. No, I
it's,
want to see a
and
bookstore.
so she kind of goes in, and if you do you follow her in?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
it's a darkened
Like one of the
space.
only shops Mark ever be interested
Yeah,
in going
of course.
into.
It's a darkened space, but it's got that musty smell of an old bookstore, and she is kind of a renewed vigor, is like looking around at the stacks of books, and like um, she finds a couple and she like pulls one up and she's like, oh. This was one of my absolute favorites when I was young, and she passes it to you, and you see it's a children's adaptation of the story of the Winter Wolf and the Summer Wolf.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm about to blow your mind.
was what?
They're real. Met them.
What?
So yeah, it was like the first full moon with the group. I thought I was being subtle and ran off. Hadn't told them yet. And yeah, we were at the monastery of the third eye.
Yeah.
Nailed it. And I was like, yeah, we were out in that like kind of forest, like right behind there, like towards the Peakwood area. But
For the Day of Ascension, it must have been.
yeah, yeah, and it was yeah, no, they were out there and some really fucking shit adventurers had been hired to try to like attack them, and so we defended them. I'm cool with them now. Hadi and Skull are very nice. They were very nice to me. I accidentally kind of got a little too invested in it and kind of like tried to go at her at one point. She just smacked me down and was like, absolutely not. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And we were still cool after that. So
That's
they're great.
amazing.
They're very lovely.
Do you know how many times I mean, it's a legend, of course. It probably, of course, based in reality. How many times I wandered the fields of Valyria during the Day of Ascension, hoping that I would see them. Of course.
They, well,
Well, now that you're
yeah.
friends, maybe you can introduce me to
Hey,
them.
be by a Feywild portal on the Day of Ascension.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
But she hands you the book. She's, I want to, I want you to have this then. Because it reminds me of my childhood, but it also should remind you of something amazing that you've seen. And she goes up, and the dusty old woman behind the counter and pays her for it.
Thank you.
At that moment, there is this space is dark. There is a staircase that leads up to like the second or third floor, and from that second floor landing, and before the voice actually rises, it's your senses that pick it up first. A familiar smell. Feline. And you hear, well, Marley, it has been quite a long time, hasn't it?
Huh? Ma'am?
And that's what we'll pick up next time.
I need grace.
I probably got the accent completely wrong. I don't know what exactly the accent will be.
Excuse me? Sorry. I have to like act right now. You are not ever supposed to fucking call me Molly.
That's a perfect way to end it. So we'll pick up there next week with our guests. Good friend Amanda, a good friend of the show, Amanda Wilson, will be joining us, portraying this person.
Oh my god! I'm gonna scream. What? Oh my god! What a career! First building we go to.
Yep. Well.
Okay, what's that? Oh, excuse me.
You guys have been walking for a while.
Okay, well, I just like to imagine we got right off the airship, walked in, and we're like, oh.
No, like this. I mean, so this is on the edge of the theater district, so you probably were walking for like 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And
Crazy?
Yeah.
Huh? I'm in shock. I don't even have anything to say right now. What?
Yeah. I know, and I was like, oh, Margot's off on her Lost Adventures. What would be the thing? This is the thing. So.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well. Jeez.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we
God.
got the internet working enough that we could do
I'm
it.
so glad.
Yes.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you had like cut out right there? I
Oh, that'd be worse. So, and then you hear a voice.
Okay.
Oh well, maybe next time.
Oh my god.
But we'll pick up there next week with The Lost Adventures of Marlo. Thank you all for joining us.
Ah!